you snooze. Lights came, prime time action. Run it up, touchdown, I'm snapping. In the field with the plays, John Madden. It's so many, give it Sunday magic. Lights came, prime time action. Run it up.
The city of Philadelphia is one of rich history and passion, and you can always count on the ladder when you step inside Lincoln Financial Field. Straight ahead, it's Wild Card Weekend, and we've got a great one in store between the New Orleans Saints and the Philadelphia Eagles. Winner go home is the mantra, and off we go. We're underway in this NFC Wild Card game. They'll elect to bring it out here from the end zone. And he'll be stopped right around where he would have been had he gone down to a knee, maybe a yard shy of there at the 24. Kamara trying the right side. And he takes us beyond the 35 before going out of bounds. That one on the guard, Cesar Ruiz. They're backed up here with a 1st and 20 now after the holding penalty. Here's Kamara out of the pistol. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. Officially no gain on the play, and it's 2nd down. That's a strong safety making a strong, hard tackle.
And we know his coach. Doesn't smile a whole lot, does he? How about that grin right there, ear to ear after that play?
Throwing on 2nd and long. Cousins. Looking left side, and it's complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. A big pickup of 38. All right, Charles, let me put you in the head of one of those defenders out there. You have a big play like that go against you so early. What does that shake your confidence?
It shouldn't, but it often does, because your thought process all during the week is how you're going to get after that offense and make your plays. And when they make one against you, it makes you a little bit hesitant.
Time to regroup. Cousins throw complete here to Komet. And he's going to be taken down at about the 33.
Well, I think when they look at their offense, they think to themselves, weapons, weapons everywhere. And they want to move the ball around. They want to spread it to different people. But you absolutely know they want to get this man involved as well. And that's what they just did on that play.
Now an end around as Cousins had just popped this forward. And that play went nowhere. Losing yardage. It'll be back at the 36. This defense not fooled one bit on that touch pass.
And this has become one of those kind of in vogue plays, you know, kind of like the shuffle pass was a few years ago. This one never got off the ground, but you understand why a lot of teams are running it. These wide receivers, a lot of them, they run like running backs with the ball in their hands.
Into a sea of defenders and intercepted. Picked off by Avonte Maddox. And the Eagles are going to get possession here as they force the opening drive turnover. And certainly, look, you're on the road in the playoffs. That is a suboptimal start, opening drive INT.
And, partner, sometimes I wonder, do these teams talk about it to such an extent that maybe you almost talk yourself into the turnover when you're trying to avoid it?
Yeah, maybe they get a little too worried about keeping the football, and then you give it to the other team right off the bat. And look, we said it, on the road, this is just a terrible, terrible start for them.
It is, and now they've got to rely on their defense. Well, sometimes as a running back, you've got to be able to improvise when the hole's not where you expect it to be. But in this case, there wasn't any improvisation that he could do that was going to work. Kind of like if you're trying to be a comedian on open mic night at the Improv and you run into a tough crowd.
And they work this well upfield across the 45. 23 yards the pickup there.
And that's a more than acceptable read right there because it's zone coverage, so timing is everything. This time he waits for his man to come open, puts it right on him, and they pick up a first down.
On 1st and 10, it's Sanders. And he's going to take this across the 50 and into Saints territory. Paulson and Debo up to make the stop. Not a whole lot there. The defense was ready, it looked, for that run-pass option.
You get the sense that next time he has that opportunity, he may keep it himself and get to the perimeter. Probably owes his back a little bit of an apology on that one, huh?
The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6. Another run here with Sanders. And he's going to get this one down near the 45-yard line. 3 yards is half of what they needed. Now can they get the other 3 here on 3rd down? Just not a whole lot of room to operate there on that carry.
No, not at all. They did a really nice job staying in their proper places and not allowing any lanes to open up.
Coming up here looking for 3 yards to pick up the first. On 3rd down, they'll run it with Sanders. Just a 1-yard pickup there, and it'll be 4th down. Going for it with Sanders. They find some open field here. And he goes down, but not before getting this inside the 25. A big pickup there, 20 yards as they convert on 4th.
Good running right there, and this is a man who's a 1,000-yard rusher in the regular season, so you know he's going to get his chances, and he picks up nice yardage on that one.
So after the 4th down conversion, now 1st and 10 inside the 25. And he is brought down at the 22 after a gain of 2, and it brings up 2nd down.
Anytime you decide to use your quarterback as a runner, most of the time when you design a play, you're expected to break a little bit bigger than this one because when you run him on short gains, your risk-reward and him taking hits, I'm not sure that's the payoff they were looking for.
Ready, break! Check mash, ready!
And they're knocking on the door now. As a good run there, going to take this to about the 10-yard line. 11 yards there, 1st down. Quite the opening drive march they're on right now.
It looks a lot like what we saw in practice prior to the game, doesn't it? You know, because on that last big practice beforehand, you go through your offensive script. You go through your play calling. You go through all the stuff and establish things. And it looks like it's going like clockwork right now for them.
Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9. We're scoreless after 1. Now 2nd quarter action from Philadelphia, and it's the Eagles in possession as they're looking at a 2nd down and 9 to go.
No check.
Hurts a handoff to Sanders. And he'll take this from the 9 down to about the 7. And for the Saints here on 3rd down, an extra defensive back on the field. Hurts sets up to throw it. Forced out to his left. To the goal line, but it's incomplete.
What an excellent defensive stand there in the red zone. Nice tight coverage. They certainly recognized how important it was to bring up 4th down here.
The kick by Elliott is good. And the Eagles, they take a 3-0 lead. So a pretty good opening drive that'll make the home fans somewhat happy. They won in 6, but they got 3 in the early lead.
And they should be happy. The guys look good getting down the field. That's got to give them a little bit of hope that good things are in store here today for them.
And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully. The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. Their second drive with the ballgame, Charles. Remember last time they threw the interception, but the defense held up. It bent a little but didn't break, only giving up the 3 points.
Yeah, obviously they left some points on the table there their last time out, but boy, they have to thank their defense for holding the opposition just 3 after they threw the pick. Their turn now. Back out on the field, put together a good drive, and get some points of their own.
They'll come up now 2nd and 4 from the 31. Again, it's Kamara. And they'll stop him after a gain of a couple to the 33.
Watching that play unfold and watching him complete it brought back memories of doing all those pursuit drills to make sure you don't over-pursue and let a guy get a cutback lane on you. He did that very well.
You praised him on tape yesterday for the angles that he takes to the ball. Took a great angle right there. Cousins on 3rd and 2. And he's left with no option here but to throw it away.
Well, they moved the ball okay here in these first 2 drives, but this one's going to, again, amount to nothing. They've got to start dialing up some plays that allow them to finish drives with points.
And Bojorquez on to punt as he gets it away. That'll be a 44-yard boot, just a yard on the return as he's covered up quickly. And it will be Eagles football, 1st and 10.
Here we go.
The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. Their drive last time, it stalled out. They were forced to take the short field goal.
And the key phrase, you nailed it, forced to, because you know coaches look at these short field goals as a last resort, right? To them, that's not how drives are supposed to end. You're supposed to put 6 on the board. That's a consolation prize. Like going to the county fair, you don't get the big stuffed animal on that one, do you?
No, you don't go top shelf. That's bottom shelf material. They run on 1st down as they get about 3. 2nd and 7, forthcoming.
Not a lot of running room there, not a place to make a cut and kind of exit out because they had everything bottled up. Looked to me like the linemen were taking on their blocks really well and giving up no creases.
From the 35 on 2nd down, Hurts. He's going to look deep for Watkins. Well, this is taken in. It's complete. Touchdown, Philadelphia. Quite a show of arm strength right there. That was in the air for a long time, and it was on target, too. On for the extra point, Jake Elliott. It's up and good, and that'll increase their lead to 10-zip. Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away. And here comes a return from a few steps into the end zone. And that decision to bring it out ends up not being a good one. Costs him about 5 yards as he's tackled at the 20. The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. Nothing for them yet from an offensive standpoint, down 10-zip as they come up 1st and 10. That's caught inside the 20. Touchdown, Saints. One play, 80 yards. Pretty easy drive to recap.
It certainly is, but not so easy to execute. Starting on your own 20, you want something to kickstart your drive and get it off to a nice start. They went for the whole thing and got it. That's a great way to send a message to the opposing team.
After the touchdown, Bass to kick it away. And here comes a return from the middle of the end zone. Oh, a good return up past the 30. And he is out of bounds as they'll start up past the 30. Already at the line, this Philly offense set to go. They're starting to pull away with this one. Early on that first quarter, they didn't look so great offensively. What has changed?
Sometimes it's just a matter of doing what you plan to do better. Sometimes you just put that all together and you execute. Other times it's just in a simple adjustment in your game plan, finding a spot that maybe was a little weaker than maybe you thought, and going to that. So many different things, so many different ways, but right now, You got to like what they're doing. They have put distance between themselves and their opponent.
Looking to add on here in this touchdown. Devontae Smith, 55 yards. And the Eagles are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. Elliott now to add the extra point. It's good to make it 17-7. After the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken. The Saints offense on the field ready to get their drive started.
Well, partner, coaches always say that every play is designed to score a touchdown. Sometimes that's not really true, but last drive, that was the case. One play to get into the end zone, and now they'll try to duplicate that success here.
And it's rare for those moments to happen. Incredible when they do. And you saw the celebration. Pure, unbridled joy after that one.
Here's 2nd and 7 now from the 28. Two minutes to play here in this first half of the NFL playoffs. Coming up at the half, we remind you that we're going to do what we've done all year. We'll get you down to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. Coach will have the lowdown of what's going on here in this wild card weekend as we begin the road to the upcoming Super Bowl. Second down, and it's Kamara again. And down right around the 32-yard line, 4 yards on the pickup.
The passing game's been working quite well so far, but the running game's been a little bit of a struggle, and that's a surprise to me. Typically, when you can throw it, you've opened up lanes for your runners.
The Eagles call on the extra defensive back here as they prepare for a stop on 3rd down. Now flags will come in. And I think this is against the Saints up front. Now after the false start, they need 8 yards here on 3rd down. Following the penalty, it's Kamara. And the second wave of tacklers is going to get him as they stop him behind the line. The Eagles going to take the first of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. They run. It's Kamara. And this is going to come up well short as they stop him on 4th down. Boy, a curious decision to go for it. Doesn't pan out. And the Eagles are going to take over in great field position.
Let's go. Go, Reed. Go. Go.
An option handoff given to Sanders. And a hard-working run here as he's got it inside the 20, down to the 17. 63 yards rushing for him in this first half as he has certainly carried over his regular season success into the playoffs. So from the 17 now, here's a 1st and 10. They'll go again with Sanders. And they'll get him down right around the 16. Now the Eagles will use the second of their timeouts as the clock stops here with 46 seconds remaining in the first half.
Absolutely love the effort there. The ability to flow from his inside spot and stop that one at the line of scrimmage. Nice linebacker play.
Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run. Throwing from the gun, it's Hurts. That's swung out wide to Sanders. And he'll be marked down right at the 15-yard line.
A 1-yard pickup brings up 3rd and 8.
On 3rd down, they turn to Sanders. And the tackle made at the 13. He is well short of the first. Give him a couple on the run as it brings up a 4th down. Now a timeout signaled for, and they'll get it with 10 seconds to go before halftime. So they won't get a touchdown, but here's a chance to at least get 3 to end the first half. From the left hash, a chip shot here. The kick by Elliott is good, and that will open the lead up now to 20-7. So a capper there to a pretty good first half.
And I love the way that they put a chokehold on the clock and pretty much drained everything before they put the field goal on the board as they headed into the half.
Time for one play on offense. 7 seconds to go in the half as the kick is away.
And not wanting to risk anything here late in the half, he'll just take a knee and they'll bring the football out to the 25. The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started.
And with 7 seconds remaining, not much time to really do anything.
He's going to float this one deep right side. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete. So we come upon halftime here in this NFC wildcard matchup. As we'll send you down the coast now to Orlando, that's where we find Jonathan Coachman, ready with our EA Sports halftime report. Coach. Welcome back. Halftime over. We are ready for quarter number 3. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gordon. One of these two teams about to play their final half of the season as we're back at it in this NFC wildcard bout. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive.
And they're in the position they expected to be in. They got the lead, home crowd behind them, and they're looking toward making that next step in these playoffs.
And I think a key for them is to put together some good, long, extended drives. You work to run it a little more with that big offensive line. I'm not saying get away from throwing the football. That's still working. But if they run it more effectively, they may get even bigger plays in the passing game.
The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. They'll fake the give to Sanders, and now Hurts. This is Smith with a grab. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. A first down there on a pickup of 25.
Now we get into the psychology of the whole thing, because a lot of teams with a 2-score lead in the third quarter, they almost become defensive with their offense, just playing not to lose. I think with this team, you got to figure at this point, this is a great spot for them to go into attack mode, really try and put the hammer down and finish this one off.
Hurts going to give it to Sanders on the option.
And this time they were ready for him as they'll stop him right at the line of scrimmage. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
And plays like that are exactly what this defense needs here early in the second half to give it a little spark. I think their halftime adjustments, what they talked about, maybe it was just a little inspirational speech. Who knows? But looks like they're ready to go.
So the first down run lost a couple. Now they come up 2nd and 12. From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. And the Saints pressure gets him. Brought down for a sack. Peyton Turner breaking through to get him to the ground. It's a loss of 7.
Now that was just absolute perfect man coverage. Nowhere for them to go with the football. Led to a sack. And that's really difficult to do in today's NFL with all these gazelles running around that you're trying to cover in the secondary.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Wide open is Watkins. He's got him. And this is going to be another first down as the tackle's made at the Saints' 32-yard line. The defense shaking their heads, not aggressive enough, and they allow him to convert a 3rd and 18. So in Saints territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 32-yard line. Up the middle they go with Sanders. And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on 2nd down.
That play wasn't quite as big as the play that preceded it, but still, got to like the way they're moving the football, partner.
Absolutely. Pretty good room to run on that last play.
Yeah, they didn't get a first down, but still, you'll take runs like that each and every time, won't you?
8 yards the gain on that last run. Here's 2nd and a couple.
Check pass.
Another run with Sanders. And he'll be brought down inside the 20 at the 19. 4 yards the pickup, first down.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here because they're playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time and making it work.
So here's a 1st and 10 now, down inside the 20.
Hey, check that. Street.
And they'll send the slot in motion left. Sanders here as they run out of the gun. And he'll get this down only to the 18. Tackle made by Eric Kendricks.
Well, that call makes sense because they've been throwing it well on this drive, and once again they show passing formation, showing the shotgun. Then they ran out of it. That's a nice play by them defensively, though, to hold it to a short gain.
The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9.
Throwing is Hurts.
Toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
Oh, I like the calmness of how he played the ball here. No panic in his eyes as that throw arrived. Tracked it from the moment it left the quarterback's hand, and that's just where he needed to be to knock it away.
After an incomplete pass on 2nd down, that'll leave him trying to convert on 3rd and 9.
Here's Hurts to throw.
This is caught. And they corral him just a couple yards shy of the end zone. His 2nd catch of this wild card game, and it goes for a first down.
I'll tell you what, this offense is playing a little bit of keep away right now. They've come out here in the third quarter, possessed the ball for quite a while, and they keep on converting. Nice pitch and catch there to set up the 1st and goal.
No check.
Touchdown, Eagles.
continue to show why it pays to play at home in the postseason as they add on to their lead.
Elliott on for the extra point. And that one pushes the lead up to an even 20. Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away.
And we'll see a return here from the end zone. And he'll be dropped at the 21-yard line, so bringing it out of the end zone proves not a good decision, loses him about 4 yards. The Saints offense on the field ready to get their drive started. And their halftime hole now even deeper, and they need a big drive here just to answer. Oh, that's into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Hassan Reddick.
And he takes this one back into the end zone. And the Eagles defense gets a pick-6 TD. Elliott now to add the extra point. Oh, they flip it to the kicker. He looks like he's going to throw it. It's a wobbler, and it's intercepted. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. And that one was relatively easy to see. I noticed that from up here.
Yeah, it doesn't take a whole lot, does it? Sometimes you get multiples. What I always love on these offsides is when each side points at the other. Hey, you did it. No, you did it. They deciphered that one correctly.
Elliott good with a PAT. And that stretches the lead all the way up to 27. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick-6. And now the kick is away. And he'll elect not to return this one, so they'll bring it out to the 25 on the touchback. Clock showing 90 seconds to go in the third. Back to it after the pick-6. Cousin. Looking left sideline, it's complete. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. First play of the drive, a success, 19 yards.
Well, the margin on that scoreboard, obviously, for them, it looks daunting. But I don't know, Charles. They're probably not focused on that right now. Maybe just chaining together a positive drive with plays like we just saw, giving themselves something to build on.
Yeah, I think you're right about that. And what they have to be careful of is getting glued to that scoreboard, trying to do too much. Because if you do that, you're all but guaranteed to start making mistakes. Just focus on one play at a time and make each one successful.
On second down, Kamara. 2 yards the loss, and now 3rd and 12.
This defense is just flat getting after it. They have not given up much of anything in the run game. Case in point right there.
We'll see what they have drawn up here. A little bit behind the line. 12 yards needed to gain a first down.
To the right side and complete to Thomas. And he gets it just shy of midfield, but that's not enough. He's short of the marker. Now Cousins on 4th down. And it's going to be batted down. It will go the other way with the football. The Saints' decision to go for it backfires. And this defense will take over right near midfield at the 49-yard line. Already at the line, this Philly offense set to go. They'll throw on first down with Hurts. That's caught by the big tight end, Dallas Goedert. And he's able to take it across midfield before going out of bounds. 1 quarter remains in this NFC wildcard matchup. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. To throw again on second down. Hurts. He's going to wind up and air it out. Into a double team, and it's intercepted. And a great return as he takes us up just shy of the 45.
So they tried to take the deep shot there, but this defense up to the task.
And a lot of times when you air a ball out like this, if it does get intercepted, there's going to be a lot of space out there to set up a return. And remember, you've got 5 big offensive linemen out there playing on their feet in open space. Not a skill most of them possess that allows for extra yardage on the return.
They lead big, and a major part of that has been how they've taken their play to a whole new level this second half. No points allowed since the break, and you can add another incompletion to the total number that they forced in this runaway contest.
A quick throw there going to be batted away and incomplete.
And that's another play that's painted the picture of this game overall. It's been a blowout. It's been continually fueled by big turnovers and stops for one side and an inability to advance the ball from the other.
On third down, Cousins.
The pass caught by Olave.
And a pretty nice tackle there, ranging up from his free safety spot as he'll stop him about a yard short. Desperation time. Cousins on fourth down. He's going to have his running back. It's complete. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. The Eagles going to take the first of their timeouts. It's just their first. They'll be down to 2 remaining as we step aside here in the fourth quarter. To the air again, it's Cousins.
Back to Kamara for another catch. And he's brought down inside the 20 at the 18-yard line.
They'll pound it up the middle with Kamara. And he'll get him inside the 15 down to the 14-yard line.
Here's a 1st and 10 at the 14-yard line.
Listen to me.
Throwing is Cousins. And this is going to be intercepted. Darius Slay with a pick.
And the Eagles will take over here at their own 14-yard line. Well, offensively, Charles, hard to put a silver lining on this one. No secret that they had to take chances with a score where it is, and it leads to a turnover.
I love how you paint the picture, partner, because you're exactly right about that one. Look at the empty stares on that sideline. This is one of those games you just want to go crawl under a rock until it's over.
Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6.
Hurts.
Over the middle, complete. It's Watkins. And they're able to get this one across the 35. That catch moves him over 100 yards now for this wild card game. And a first down as well. Running right, here's Sanders. And they bring him to the ground just shy of midfield. Right back to Sanders on first down. And hit behind the line. He lost the football. It's loose. And this is picked up by the Saints. And they take possession 2 yards away from midfield at the 48-yard line.
He has been a workhorse for them in this game. And now, as with every potential turnover, they're going to take a second look at this just to make sure. So that one overturned. They say the knee was down, and that will not be ruled a fumble.
On 2nd and 11 now.
Hurts. That's into a crowd and intercepted.
Picked off by Marshawn Lattimore.
Well, Charles, I know you appreciate seeing this great defense, especially with the heightened intensity of the postseason. These two defenses, they have risen to the occasion to force back-to-back interceptions.
You know me well, Brandon. I always stand with my fellow defenders. And I love watching them make plays, and you nailed it. It's playoff time. This is when it matters most.
Yellow, yellow, yellow.
On play action, Cousins. That is hauled in by Michael Thomas. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. And defensively trying to beat the 2-minute warning with a timeout, and they do. calling it with 2:04 left. And this will probably be the final play before the 2-minute warning. Cousins now to throw on first down. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the fourth quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. Cousins again. Olave holds it in. And he'll be tackled at the 23 after a gain of 3. So 7 yards from the first down here as they come up to the line of scrimmage. Cousins. Got an open man. It's Olave. And he has another first down as they'll get the ball down to the Eagles' 12-yard line. Here's Cousins. Throwing out right here, caught by Olave. And down inside the 10 here before he's out of bounds right around the 7. So give him 5 yards there on the pitch and catch. And that's going to bring up 2nd down. To throw is Cousins. Touchdown, Saints. A 7-yard touchdown grab. And the Saints get a small measure of revenge as they cut into this fourth quarter deficit. Well, look, this is a team, Charles, they faced adversity all year long. They had to fight and claw to win that division, but they're putting it all together here in the wild card game.
Feels like a statement, doesn't it? An absolute statement game, a message to the top seeds. Overlook us at your own peril. We're pretty darn good.
He's got it at the 2, and he'll get in, and they're going to draw themselves 2 points closer. He hits the big target for the 2-point try. Defenses hate those guys, especially around the goal line.
It's hard to decide who you're going to put on him. Are you going to put a smaller corner on him? Are you going to put a safety who doesn't have maybe the same coverage skills? How about a linebacker? He may have the size, but he's not used to really covering in space. That's why the tight end gives you such a great advantage when you're throwing the football.
The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. And you'd have to say they have done what they set out to do in this wild card round. It won't get easier from here, of course, but they'll certainly have some momentum built up for when they hit the road in the divisional round next weekend. 15 yards is the pickup there, and the drive starting very nicely. First down.
So finally, at this stage of the game, he lets his legs carry him for a big-time first down. But I think this is all set up by his eyes throughout the game. He's been taking it all in as he's watched this thing unfold. And finally, the eyes carried the legs and took him downfield.
You're right. His longest run of the game waited until the fourth. And this is caught. And he'll take it into the end zone for an Eagles touchdown.
And to me, that touchdown allows you to start grinning widely on your sideline. I think they pretty much locked this one away.
Yeah, that's the clincher, the proverbial icing on the cake, if you will. Elliott good on the extra point, and that will bump the lead up to 26. After the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away. The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. Where we stand right now in the fourth quarter, this one pretty much out of reach. And, Charles, I know they're going to be disappointed about several things with this ball game, but the self-inflicted wounds, they've had several turnovers. You would have to think that's going to be something they're going to discuss heavily in the film session in the coming days.
You're absolutely right about that, partner, because they're going to have to sit in that film room and watch every error that they made and figure out how to not do it in the future. And mentally, I think a lot of the guys are already starting to think about, okay, how do we put this behind us and get better for the next time out? This, they'll use as motivation for the rest of the time that they play to hopefully never be in this type of situation again.
Now the throw on third down, knocked away and incomplete.
He's smart enough to avoid the taunting rule, but
I'll guarantee he quietly has told them, you might want to stop coming after me downfield because I just broke up another pass and took away a big shot that you were trying to succeed with.
One last shot now for Cousins. And that will be incomplete as time has run out on this football game. They said beginning of the season they wanted to get past the wild